heavy readers, my name is Liz and today we're doing a second video of this week. What even? Like, this is catching up and stuff, you know? I feel like I sounded crazy right then, but I'm excited to kind of catch up and get ready. Get ready? What? Okay, I'm just excited to kind of get back into the feel of things, of actually like making videos more often than just like once every couple of weeks. So now, without further ado, we are going to talk about Sweetly by Jackson Pearce. I love this book. It's about this brother and sister, Ansel and Gretchen, who they lose their sister in the woods. They hear this monster and they run away, and then this girl gets taken by a witch. Well, what they think to be a witch. And then it kind of jumps about 10 years in the future, 10 or 12, something like that, and we see Ansel and Gretchen going away from home and getting away from their past and just searching for a better life for themselves. Throughout the book, we see Gretchen going from this quiet little girl, she keeps to herself a lot of the time and just is a very bookish person, I guess, and she goes from that to being like somebody who is just fierce and just courageous. And yeah, some books they kind of just take that metaphorically, but this book takes it very like literally. Like, she goes and learns how to shoot guns so that she can fend for herself and for her family. So there is quite a bit of action. There's also a little bit of romance sprinkled in there. You know, you have to have a little bit of romance in some YA novels. I think that it ties quite nicely into the Sisters Red, you know, fairy tale retelling storyline thing universe. Like, Jackson just uses a lot of new things in this book that she's never really used before, and like, you know, the whole Sophia Kelly character is very intriguing. I don't want to spoil it. I'm just saying, her character, you want to pay a lot of close attention to. Her storyline is like the most interesting out of any character that I've really ever read. Like, there are some characters that are very complex, but Sophia Kelly, you're just like, you kind of just don't assume that she's anything more than she actually is. And then, she's just, she blows your mind. She really does. Unlike Sisters Red, we only hear from one of the siblings. We hear from Gretchen's point of view, and the only time we really hear from Ansel is when he's talking to her, and which isn't a bad thing. They hang out a lot, and so you hear a lot about his storyline, but it's mostly about Gretchen. While I was at the Sweetly release on last Thursday, Jackson talked about how, like, it was very interesting to write a character that went from being so very, like, I guess, weak and just very, I don't know, she's just like a very quiet character and somebody who you're just like, she can't be a leader, she's not gonna get out on her own, like, how is she ever going to fend for herself? And taking that to being like this girl who is just so just awesome and like just kicks butt and like goes after these Fenris and just, she just takes over the book and she's just awesome. There's a lot of YA books that take that metaphorically, where they're just like, oh, well, this girl, she, you know, beat all the odds and now she's the queen of her life or whatever. And this one is more like very literal. She asks Samuel to teach her how to shoot guns, and she goes and hunts these Fenris. I know Scarlet and Rosie do that in Sisters Red, but it was just such a contrast from who she was at the beginning of the book to now, where she's just like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like, let's go after these guys. A part of it is her getting over her grief over her sister and her family, but she's just, I love Gretchen. Can I just keep saying that? If you've never read Jackson's books before, I just want to let you know that they are really good. Also, they just got this element that I feel is very unique for her books, is that she puts siblings in there, and you know, you don't really think about it when you're reading YA, but a lot of the times there's like either the character is an only child or there's a big difference between them and their other siblings. Like Anna and the French Kiss, I'm just gonna use this as an example. Her younger brother, like in the book, was like 6 or something like that. So you have an 18-year-old and a 6-year-old, and you're like, they can't really relate. They can't really bond other than watching Star Wars together, really. But like in this one and in Sisters Red, you have these two siblings that are very, very close and have bonded over, you know, these broken families and these broken homes. And I feel like that's very like true to life, just because, you know, you're not always alone when you're going through bad things like that. Like, you might not be in that situation of your sister being grabbed out of the wood by the witch, but you know, you go through this terrible situation, and most of the time you can survive because of your sibling and your close relationship with them. And no, your relationship is not always going to be close with that person, but it's just to say that you can always have that person to, you know, support you or whatever. So yeah, you should all go buy this book. I've had it for like a couple weeks and I'm just now catching up on reviews and stuff. So definitely check it out. I will put links below to where you can buy all of the books and all of the things, of course. So I hope you have a great day and keep reading.